Welcome to Face AV here at ISE 2024 in beautiful Barcelona. I'm Gareth Hayward with the SDVoE Alliance, and today it is a pleasure to be joined by none other than Jack Liao, Senior Sales Manager at AV Link. Welcome.
Thanks, Gareth, for having us here.
It's a pleasure. How's the show been for you?
Good. It's been actually very busy this year. I was here last year, and this year I actually see more, I would say, quality visitors than as opposed to last year, where we had quantity but less quality. But this year is another way around. So we had a lot of people. Actually, they are very interested in our SDVoE products, which I will express more about those products later on in our interview.
Great, that's good to know. So actually, before we dive into our main subject here, perhaps you can just give us a quick introduction to AV Link and what your company does.
Okay, so AV Link is a 36-year-old company from Taiwan, and we are actually recognized as a leader in high-tech electronic manufacturing plant from Taiwan, a tiny island. It's sitting in the center of Asia. We actually have full control of our R&D, our procurement of components, and also our manufacturing. So from zero, from A to Z, we actually have full control. So that means we can ensure we deliver quality goods and we can deliver timely service to our customers. And last but not least is that we actually talk to our customers a lot. So we understand what customers need, and we provide industry-specific and also purpose-built products for our customers. And of course, all of these are backed up by our very significantly invested R&D center, as well as our production facilities.
Yeah, there's really is a big advantage to being able to control every aspect of the product development the way you do. Yeah. So the main thing we're going to talk about today, we published a case study about the Cardinal Tien College of Healthcare and Management in Taipei. And maybe you can give us an overview of that immersive educational solution that you provided to the college.
Okay, so this college is founded in 1971. It's actually a very famous nursing and medical college in Taiwan. It's actually a private Catholic college in Taiwan, and it's recognized as the world-class leader, they call it, by the Ministry of Education of Taiwan. So when they wanted to upgrade their collaborative learning environment, they approached one of our system integrators, partners, and their needs were actually very simple. They wanted something that can run efficiently, as well as fulfilling all their needs. And because they are a nursing school, a lot of their teaching contents are based on 4K60, 444.
Yeah.
And so when our system integrator approached them, they told them about the features of SDVoE. The facilitator of this project, or from the school, they actually said, hey, you know what? SDVoE's features actually ticked every single box that we needed.
Perfect. That's good. Yeah, so perhaps maybe just drill in a little bit and point out some of the key system elements in this installation that were really taking advantage of SDVoE. Obviously, you talked about 4K resolution, but what specifically is it about that is so advantageous to this college?
Okay, so this college actually have two campuses in Taiwan, and they wanted to start off with a smart classroom in one of the campuses. And then, of course, in the end, they want to duplicate this solution to their second campus. And when they were talking to our system integrated partner, they said, we feel like the traditional AV products or the traditional matrix switchers, extenders, and splitters can no longer fulfill our requirements, because we are looking for something that is not only just reliable, but it has to be able to expand, in the future, because we all know that the traditional AV products, once the I/O ports are fully used, you have to buy new products.
Yeah, so the scalability aspect.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, so really, again, yeah, not just the 4K resolution, but the scalability and the flexibility of SDVoE is what made a big difference here. Yeah, and maybe you can talk about some specific AV Link products that were used within this installation. You know, were there some key products that were used or deployed from AV Link?
Okay, so the setup is in that smart classroom, there is a projector on the ceiling. There's a big projection screen, and in the classroom there are six TVs. In each class, students are being divided into six smaller groups for discussion, and they also connect a live video streaming
Right.
device to our SDVoE compliant AV Link product. So when the class starts, the professor would actually project their teaching material to the big screen
Yeah.
on the front, and the contents are also being shared in the six screens in the video, and everything is being recorded. So students who cannot attend the lecture, they can watch online, at home. Once the students start to discuss, they will then share their contents onto the screen in front of them, as well as having the flexibility to actually share the screens across the entire classroom. Before the class is finished, the teacher would then ask all the students to share their contents onto the big screen where
right.
this SDVoE comes in, because one of the features is that it can produce multi-views. So now then
Perfect.
you have like six tiny screens on the big projection screen to
That's
see all the
quite
results.
unique. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's kind of new to me. So basically, you put everybody on the SDVoE network using one of your encoders, and then via a decoder, you're able to then display that in a multi-view and give that real power to the classroom.
Yes.
Perfect. That's awesome. So maybe you could give us some insights into any upcoming projects that AV Link is working
Okay. Sorry, Gareth. Before we jump into that, there is something that I missed.
No problem.
Coming back to the previous question, how our system integrator actually approach the school and pitch our SDVoE products to them is because they say, look at this tiny device here. Okay, can you imagine? This is actually a splitter. This is actually an extender. This is actually a matrix switcher. This is actually a video controller. This is actually a multi-viewer. So all of these above are built into this tiny device, and it's a fendless design. So that means less maintenance, and it's easier to maintain, and it's more reliable with less moving parts.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's why I said, when the school learned about our SDVoE products, they were so excited, and they say, "Oh, so okay," because they are also familiar with IT infrastructure. They say, "Hey, look, a 48 port network switch is only occupying 1U."
Right.
Of the rack.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Exactly.
because it's ASIC based, so as opposed to FPGA based products, it's consuming way less power. So all these things, have actually caught their decision makers' eyes. So that's
Wow.
how we got into this project.
That's actually a perfect example of really taking advantage of the full power and flexibility of SDVoE in single box. Yeah, and that the form factor, as you say, being fanless, you can hang it behind a display, you can put it underneath the desk. It's very easy to hide and keep things nice and neat, right?
Yeah, and the teacher said, "You know what? It's much quieter in exams, where everyone is concentrating on
Yes.
and then you don't hear those fans going on
No fans
in the background."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can even keep like the PCs and whatnot can be kept remote as well, because you can use the SDVoE network to basically have them remote and just use a desktop, right?
Because when the school, before the school talked to us, they didn't just talk to us. They actually surveyed in the market, and they looked at a lot of AV products, and they saw those 8x8 or 16x16 matrix switchers.
They're huge.
Huge.
Yeah, they take up a lot of real estate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, Gareth, I'm sorry. So let's go back to
My final
let's
question.
Go to the final question. Let me try to recall the question. So, what other projects that
Any exciting upcoming projects for AV Link
there
and
are heaps,
SDVoE?
and there will be more, and I hope to see them actually being listed on the SDVoE website very soon. So at this stage, I will not disclose the name of the countries. There are a few projects that we are working on right now. The first one is in a Buddhist temple.
Oh,
So
wow.
initially they only wanted 1080p solutions, or I think the second partner they talked to, they only can offer 4K 30. I forgot what the detail were, but eventually we persuaded them. We say, hey, be polite to your God. We have to use something that is more efficient. And when you are doing all these content sharing, make sure that all the contents are being shared, with zero latency. And this is what SDVO is, known about.
Absolutely. Perfect.
Okay, so that's the first one. The second one, we used our solution in a theme park, and that theme park was using our fiber optic model to stream live sports events and concerts within their huge theme park. Yeah, in that
Yeah,
place.
so really taking advantage of the distance you get with the fiber connectivity.
Yeah, and being TAA compliant, our products have been spec'd in to a U.S. camp, Army camp,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and it's a 5-story control and command center. And I think they are going to adopt around 300-ish units.
Wow. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of great
There's
projects
going to
coming
be a
up.
huge deployment. So we
Yeah.
are working closely with Netgear to understand how the IT, because when AV meets IT,
Yeah.
it's also another challenge. But we want
Right.
to ensure we provide very easy solution for our customers to use. And another thing which I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, we keep jumping back to the
That's
previous
fine.
question,
No problem.
is that one of the reasons why Cardinal Tien chose our solution is because we told them two things. And these two important factors are what actually every business owner care about: lower total cost of ownership and higher return on investment.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
So
a
when
good
you look
point.
up the SDVoE website, you will find out why you can lower your total cost of ownership and higher on ROI,
Absolutely.
power
That's a
saving,
key
and all
part of
these
our
things.
message. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
Fantastic. Well, Jack, this has been great.
Uh-huh.
Thank you for wrapping up ISE with me here in face to face.
Thank you.
And I wish you all the best and
Thanks.
look forward to seeing you again soon.
Good. Thank you, Gareth.
Thanks, everybody.